Thanks for blowing out my eardrums, Scootaloo. Time to be fair about this one. I like the idea they had with this episode. Like, it was a cool idea, but I feel like its execution was flawed. Let me get into it. The episode pretty much begins with Scootaloo going to Cloudsdale to see Rainbow Dash's parents because she's trying to do a report about a pony that inspired her. So after she meets with Rainbow Dash's parents, she ends up telling them that Rainbow Dash is a Wonderbolt, and apparently they had no clue about this. So they end up going to the Wonderbolt, whatever it was, like the HQ or whatever, and pretty much that's when Rainbow Dash begins to become embarrassed by her family, to the point that they're over-cheering, that they're shooting off fireworks and various other things of that nature. And then at one point she ends up telling off her parents, and, well, after she told off her parents, Scootaloo and otherwise kind of got angry with her. Okay, first problem with the episode, I don't like how they labeled Rainbow Dash in the wrong on this one. I get some people will say, oh, you shouldn't snap off on your family or otherwise like that, but here's the trick. Your family is literally interrupting you when you're practicing with a team of A-grade flyers and shooting off fireworks at different intervals. I don't blame her for being angry and otherwise, and even being embarrassed. In fact, I don't like the fact that the episode tried to make Rainbow Dash in the wrong, including Scootaloo. I feel like the best way to handle this would have been to have Rainbow Dash and, Rainbow Dash's parents talk it out and try to come to a compromise. But no, instead, Rainbow Dash is seen as in the wrong and has to just accept the fact that her family is as they are, and literally is like, oh, I shouldn't have stepped off on you. I know you're trying to cheer me on and are happy for me and otherwise, but I don't like that kind of an idea, because it literally is the family did no wrong, when in reality they did do a few things wrong. The episode pretty much ends with Scootaloo pretty much doing the report on Rainbow Dash and otherwise, and then her getting her cheering thing from Rainbow Dash's family and Rainbow Dash herself. And we do have the moral of the episode where Scootaloo, she honestly would love to have someone like this cheering her on all the time, because she's never really had, like people like this, or ponies like this, cheering her on for what she wanted to do. And Rainbow Dash being able to have that kind of thing, and she's taking it for granted, so the episode says. It's kind of a dumb idea that Rainbow Dash did, snapped off on them. Again, you already know my problem towards this. I still feel like Rainbow Dash's family was a bit in the wrong in some areas and should have toned it down. And yeah, I feel like Rainbow Dash snapping off on them was a little too OTP, but it wasn't unwarranted. I feel like that's the way the episode should have been structured, where Rainbow Dash's family and Rainbow Dash herself come to some sort of compromise, instead of it being Rainbow Dash is in the wrong, Rainbow Dash's parents is in the right, just because. So all in all, what do I think about this episode? Not a fan. This one I'm not a fan of. I get what they were trying to do with this episode, and like I said, it's a good idea, but I feel like its execution was flawed, especially with the way they tried to put Rainbow Dash in the wrong when she really didn't do anything wrong, and literally gave no consequence to Rainbow Dash's family. You all know my gripe when it comes to giving punishment to characters that don't deserve punishment. This is a prime example of that, of Rainbow Dash being put in the wrong, even though, yeah, her snapping off at her family is a bit in the wrong, but then again, her family kind of going as OTP as they were is a little in the wrong as well. So, yeah, I'm not a fan of this episode, and I can honestly see this ending up in my least favorite category. And that's my speed impressions on Parental Glidence.